Hey everyone, Reborn 8 here with R8 Gaming with another driver side chat. Today going to be talking about Euro Trucking Simulator 2. Now, there's a lot of simulators out there. I think when a lot of people think of a simulator, they think of a flight simulator. And of course there's car driving simulators. But I found this one on Steam and I've seen it before and really never paid it that much attention because I was like, trucking, what fun is that? But I was going through the demos, and I was like, well, it has a free demo, I'll download it. And lo and behold, I download this game, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Actually, a simulator of driving a semi. Now, as we're kids, we always look at bigger, trucks and big vehicles, and we adore them and like them, fire trucks and things like that. I know my son's infatuated with anything big, monster trucks, anything that's large, he loves playing with it. A lot of his toys are trucks and cars and things like that. And, playing this simulator, I was, kind of had the feeling of, this is kind of interesting. I was kind of reading about the simulator, the game, and, get to drive around Europe and experience sightseeing and, while you build your company up and deliver goods and all these other things. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of like a truck driver, What does a truck driver do? He's got deliveries to make. He travels around on the road, gets to probably see a lot of the countryside, and, and that's life for a trucker. So with this Euro Trucking Simulator, that's pretty much what you do. You drive around, you start off with, you name your own company, and you don't even have your own truck in the beginning. You get one loaned to you from the different jobs you do, and you work your way up. So, you work your way up by delivering a job, and you get deducted. This is an interesting thing. So this isn't like, all out speed and crashing into things and killing people. There's none of that, none of that from what I can tell, not even like the deer running across the road. It might happen, but I don't think so in this game. But it's all about, and you do need to obey the laws of the road. So if you're caught speeding, you're going to get a ticket. If you cut somebody off and you cause an accident, you're going to get written up and you're going to have to pay money. So it does make you want to drive properly. So by driving properly, turning on your signal, using your headlights, you need to get rest. It takes all these things into account. You have wipers, when it's bad weather, when it's dark, you need to turn your lights on. You have your low beams or high beams. It has a sleep indicator. It tells you when you're tired. When you start to get very tired, the screen kind of starts to, I guess I can only explain it like when you're playing a flight simulator and the G's, you pull back on the stick and you start to black out. That kind of seems to what happens in this game when you are sleep deprived. You start to get tunnel vision. So it kind of forces you after a while, I imagine, if you kept going. And you also get ticketed, too, for it's an infraction for avoiding sleep. So there's things built into the game to make you stay towards the law and stay right in what you're doing, being well rested, driving properly, being careful. And it has really great views in the game. I was really surprised by the outside views you can get of the semi-truck, because at first it's just a tractor, you have your truck, and then as you go and you get a trailer, you're loading that you load up your trailer, hooks it up, and you drive somewhere. So really the joy in the game is driving around and discovering new places. And just the scenery, it has a very good engine. It's very nice, the scenery. There's places you go to, and they're really mapped after the real places in Europe. So I've checked this out because I've actually Googled some of the areas and looked at a top-down view map, and looked at it compared to the simulator, and it's like, oh, they did a fairly good job of modeling this. And then, of course, you can, if you have something, a vehicle or something, what do you like to do? You like to hop it up. So you can do that as well. You can put mods on your vehicle, grills, lights, custom paint jobs, and these other things to really give your vehicle its own personality, cater to yourself. Now, there is no online aspect of this game. It is single player, a sandbox. But within that sandbox, you have all of Europe to discover. And they have different expansions. I think, from what I heard, they might be actually working on a U.S. one, Trucking U.S., which would be rather interesting. Myself, I live in the U.S., not in Europe, but when I'm playing this game, I drive with a European configured truck, so the steering wheel's on the right-hand side, and you have to get used to from being from the western part of the world. I'm used to driving with the steering wheel on the left-hand side, and you drive a certain side of the road, usually the right-hand side. Well, now in Europe, in certain areas in this game, I've noticed that there's certain places where you drive on the right-hand side, and certain places where you drive on the left-hand side. So I'm kind of learning about Europe per se playing the game. Now, I don't know if it's fully correct. I'd have to do more checking out online where the places I am to understand the driving rules and everything else. But from what I can see, it's fairly accurate. They did a very good job. The company that built this game, I believe it's in Sweden, that designed the game itself. And the Swedes seem to be very technical and very good when it comes to making these types of games. They're very accurate. They pride themselves on being very accurate. So, something different, you might look at a game and go, that's not exciting, but sometimes not being exciting is exciting, if that makes sense. I'm used to racing games where I'm having to split-second decisions, and I'm, flying with the hair, the hair flying off me, and, every little move, one little mistake, and I'm flying into the wall at hundreds of miles an hour. It's nice to be in a big rig once in a while and to just to cruise that highway. It's a feeling you get, and the physics in the game seem to be fairly accurate as well. There's some YouTube videos of people playing this game and getting into dialogue and everything else, and they're pretty funny. But it's an interesting game, and it's an interesting, I guess you could say, thing, trucking, because that's what it is. You're trucking. But I've been playing it. I try to do one job, a night or something, and the time is I know the time seems to be accelerated some. I'm not sure if there's a way to make it real time. I don't know if you'd want it real time, driving for 5 hours. But it is accelerated, so you might take maybe 10 or 15 minutes to do a job that's actually in game. It's like a five-hour trip. You can get it done in 15 to 20 minutes, which is nice because you're not having to wait that amount of time. I don't have 5 free hours a day to be behind my computer with my wireless Xbox controller driving my big rig. So it's nice to be able to have that slimmed down some. But it's on Steam, called Euro Trucking Simulator 2. I guess they had a first one that was pretty popular, so they came out with the second one. But it's a different type of game, to say the least. But I check it out, try it. You might like it, you might dislike it, but they got a free demo. It's not like you're paying for it. But if you have any experience with this game, let me know. Put your 2 cents in on it. It's they have a farming simulator out there too. They have all these different types of simulators, but this trucking simulator is definitely once you try it, you might look at it a little bit differently than your view that you might have of a game of driving a big rig around. But that's pretty much it for me today. It's R8 Gaming, Reborn 8, and as always, game on.